wondering if you guys actually enjoy treating your customers like pieces of shit, because that's how I felt when I went to the
Bearded Ink stream.
Okay, you know what? I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to text in your little crappy ass
Stream.
It was too fucking dark in that place for me to find my seat, alright? I was using my phone as a flashlight to get to my fucking seat. So excuse me for using my phone in USA, United States of America, where you are free to text in a
Twitch stream.
I was not aware that I couldn't text in your
Stream.
Alright? I've texted in all the other
Streams on Twitch.
and no one ever gave a fuck about what I was doing on my fucking phone, alright? And it was on silent. It wasn't on loud. It wasn't bothering anybody. You guys obviously were being assholes to me, and I'm sure that's what you do, you know, to rip people off. You take my money, and then you throw me out. You know, I will never be coming back to your
Twitch stream.
or whatever. I'd rather go to a regular
Stream.
People are actually polite. And, you know, I'm going to tell everyone about how shitty you are. And I'm pretty sure you guys are being assholes on purpose. So thanks for making me feel like a customer. Thanks for taking my money, asshole.
You want cozy? You want nice? Go pet a cat, you gremlin. This is Ink's house.
He boots up the game with a snarl and a sip, drops in a fable with a villainous quip, rants like thunder, laughs like sin. He's a grumpy old man you glad lets you in. Grumble and grind, cuss and rewind. Ink's gonna roast you, leave you behind. From horror to speed runs, it's chaos and flair, but damned if you don't feel safer in there. Teach you the tools, call out your bluff. He's rough around edges, but that's real enough. Stream about wizard, Ophia's king, drops truth like an animal with a dragon's wing. Grumble and grind, cuss and remind. Ink's seen the trolls and left them confined. He's the beard, the myth, the swearing sage. Welcome to Ink's unruly stage. Gimmick, ain't no mask, just a man with fire and a flask. If you're soft, then mind the door. But if you're real, well, that's what we're here for. Grumble and grind, chaos design. Grab your gear, leave manners behind. Old, bold, and streaming gold. Bearded Ink never does what he's told. Let's get this bloody show started.
Well, good morning, everybody. Woo. Welcome in, welcome in. How are the stuff and the things of the stuff? The weekend. Welcome in, welcome in. Congratulations on first hi-fi. Hi, Dave. Hi, Malcolm. Good morning. Oh, geez, here. Welcome in, welcome. I need to figure out what the fuck I am doing. Because I don't know. I never know. Is it this one? I don't know. I'm doing good. I did. Well, I woke up like an hour ago, but, you know. It's Sunday, man. Well, we all right. We vibing. We're doing the thing. You know? No. No. Did you not just hear me tell Raven? No. OG, no. We don't. Angry. Stop it. What is my frickin' button? Which one do I do? Is it this one? It's got to be this one. Okay. It's got to be that one, right? Fuck, I don't remember. Two. It's got to be that one. I don't know. I'm trying to set the button up so I can answer your questions. We're gonna try it this way. Ask. No, because there will be no YouTube side. Yeah. The only thing we're using YouTube for is the live replay. That's it. If things go well. We'll see how it works. This is going to be a test. I know. That's why it's set to private. Because I was going to do unlisted, but because it's accessible by link, anybody that's in the Discord, after the first question is answered, could click the link and then be in the YouTube chat. And I don't want that. I don't want anybody in YouTube. But I also don't want to go live on Twitch, do all the stuff, download the VOD, upload it to YouTube. No, that's silly. That's extra work. So we go live on YouTube. All the links in the chat will work in the Discord. And then all I have to do is, once the stream is over, is go into YouTube and set it to public. Done. That's the idea, anyway. I got orange already. Let's do a yellow. Do yellow. And we'll make the font color black. Yeah, because see, I want the links to work to the live replay, so that way they're there forever, right? Because the Twitch ones only last for 60 days. So, yeah, no. Things. Stupid Twitch, I know. Hi, Evie. Welcome in. But yeah, I don't have any of the YouTube stuff open. I've moved it all over to the main OBS and the main bot. I probably fucked something up. I probably forgot something, but you know, we test, we go live, we live and learn. Let's see if we can get like a question mark. Is there? Jesus fucking Christ. Hi, Malcolm. Here we go. I'm just setting up the deck right now, to be fair. Where does it go? Oh, it goes there. Okay. And if I save that, make this full. Okay. And then what I can do is I can move, whoops, I can move this here. We'll move that down here. And then I can add a new one here. And this will be our panic. Panic! Not that we're going to get any trolls here. I am fingering Dave now, yes. Yeah. And then we'll do like a red. Yeah. And then we'll do this one for panic. Maybe we won't do a red. Maybe we'll do like an orange. Well, I already got orange. I got yellow. I guess we'll just do yellow. And do like a yellowy orange. There. Okay. And then this one is... Oh, I gotta do all that all over again. No, I don't. Save. Make it big. Okay, we want to edit. Action is going to be to a panic. Save. You're losing in fantasy? Uh-oh. Who'd you bet against? I have 6 questions already? You guys are insane. I love it. Okay. Yeah, we'll try that for now. We'll try that for now. They're all yours. Figures. You have none this week? Because you're a pro streamer. Also, depending on how the coding goes after the stream is over, there's a small chance that I'm going to go and do another Baldur's Gate speedrun tonight. Small chance. Playing for players and LOLs. The shits and the giggles. Yeah. Snarky is on one tonight, man. Nice catch. He gets that way sometimes. Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, we have to test this shit. I know I haven't done everything, so I'm sure that there's going to be shit that is played that's going to get us fucking muted or demonetized on YouTube or whatever. That's fine. It's a test stream. I just want the mechanics to work right now. I'll worry about going through the bot and saying this sound goes to YouTube, this one, you know, whatever. But right now, I don't care. Just be careful with, like, your sounds you play. So, I got most of them through OBS already to not play on YouTube, but I don't know for sure. I don't have it. I just basically did this in the last hour because I didn't want to do it on the old one. So if you, how many times did I just say if you? I don't stutter, I promise. No, if you are accustomed to being here on the Twitch side, the river. If pain is all you know, strike first. All of the redeems and everything that you're used to on Twitch will actually work. So we'll see how it goes. What happens with the VOD afterwards and all that. You know, we're in this together, guys. I've also got to set up my bot now to like check when I go live what my stream title is and if it says Tavern Talk to enable all this shit. Otherwise, disable all of it because I don't want to go through and manually do it every time. But I might make like a special Tavern Talk section in the bot to have it check all that stuff. Got to keep it compartmentalized, you know. I'm probably going to end up just doing the bot again from fucking scratch, even though I really don't want to, but I don't know. The one thing I was promised about the bot, and I have not figured out yet, and it just me, I mean, honestly, let's be honest, I haven't tried very hard, is that I thought we were supposed to be able to have like subgroups in our main actions now instead of just the sub actions. But I only tried to group the main actions, not or the main categories, not the actions themselves. So that's probably why. What the fuck is wrong with you? Go lay down, weirdo. Tap dancing in the bathroom, that's weird. Tap dancing at all is weird for a dog. Okay, under the desk, that's good. He's being cute. He's being something. No, I think he freaked out. Like he was coming in from the bedroom through the bathroom. Because I have two bathrooms and one of them connects the two rooms. It's only like a half bath. And I think he got a little itchy on the way, so he was like trying to walk and scratch at the same time. So it was like anybody want a dog? Yeah, I'm trying to give you away. Nobody wants you. You're unloved. Yeah, one streamer bought it as a mod to look for all the bad stuff. Yeah, nice. Bless you. You don't think kiddo would be too happy? What if you like start going to like pet stores and stuff like that and letting him see them? Get him just accustomed to looking at them, a couple times a week. And then maybe you can move on to like petting one. And then maybe he'll want one and maybe it'll be his idea. And then he'll love it. Just an idea. All right. I need to see. I'm gonna go to the Tavern Talk here. So all questions are gonna come from Twitch now. So the icon really doesn't matter, but I'm still gonna leave it because I think it's nice. But we're gonna see if I changed it. Okay, so it's already not gonna work. What? Hi. Uh-huh. You're not new? Well, hello there. Hi, caller. Welcome in. Hope your weekend's going well. Apparently, I'm looking at the YouTube links from last time. So apparently, broadcast ID doesn't exist anymore. Do we have to change everything? Oh, that makes sense, Evie. Yeah. Okay, so something is not right already. Global. Let's look at that. Let's go. Why am I on caps? Hello? It didn't create it? Why is it not creating that? Oh, it's a temp. Never mind. That's why. It's a non-persistent. That's why. There it is. Yeah, look, it's not fucking grabbing the link. It didn't grab it last week. How long has it not been grabbing the YouTube link? Since I upgraded? So August 10th, August 17th, it stopped working. And nobody fucking told me. Okay. Rude. No, this has been back all the way since August 17th. So it's been a few weeks. But it's not grabbing the link anymore. And I don't know if it's because of the upgrade. So we gotta fix that. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Stop. Stream started. Quit opening on the other goddamn window. You're not fucking over there. You're over here. Did that not even... It had to have run. It had to have run. Is Twitch link there? Oops. Yeah, okay, so it did run. Twitch link up, but the YouTube one didn't. Well, YouTube broadcast is kind of a proper platform. Oh, you know what? I know exactly why. Well, I know why it didn't work today. I don't know about fucking last time. There we go. All right. We're monitoring this one now. Okay, so this is probably going to fuck up all the questions, but fuck you. Let's see if that did anything. Oh, it's still fucking broadcast ID. Okay, but let me see. It didn't even run. Run is disabled, that's why. Okay. Episode 50 is up. Yeah. Still didn't. Okay. Why not? Is it not broadcast ID anymore? Maybe that's what it is. Action history, start, setup. Okay, let's see. Broadcast user ID. Fucking, I need, this is the kind of shit that's not in the change log either, and that's what really pisses me off. If you're gonna change fucking your And I know YouTube did it. It's YouTube that, you know, because they put their new API out. But, come on. You expect me to fucking know all that shit? Okay, let's try that again. What the fuck? Delete. Yes. Oh, 20 donuts today, Dave. Okay. Try it again. It's not even... All right, let's get the fucking music back here. Hold on. Hmm. Um, there we go. Now, that's going to be a problem if we can't get the fucking... That's not what I want anyway, though. Why would this all of a sudden not work? Yeah, there it is. Okay, now it's running. YouTube broke it. Oh, I wonder... Hold on. Well, that wouldn't explain the last couple of weeks, though. And that's just a test. All right, let's do this. Chippy. Hmm. And now it's back to that. He's under the desk right now. It won't show anyway. But it's pup check. To check if the pup is there. Okay, so if we do... Because I don't even... Is there a way to tell what my link is on YouTube? No, the link for the stream. The broadcast ID. What does that say? What's that? So the test doesn't work. The test just gives you a weird one. Okay. So I wonder then... No, that's for the live. I'm talking about the live replay. Like, yeah, you can get to the live. I mean, not today because it's set to private, but you can get there because it's, you know, you can go to live, channel name @live or whatever. But the broadcast ID is the URL that it gives, like, every video, because it's a video at that point, not a live stream. But why is it not populate? And why has it not populated for the last few weeks? That's what I want to know. Like, I can manually put it in. I think the only way to really test it is to like end the stream on YouTube and then start it again, but then I would have to make a whole new one, which is kind of dumb. So wonder. Where the fuck is YouTube? Oh, I don't have it. Yeah, I know, but then we miss like all the intro. I mean, I'm just, this is a test stream. I'm not fucking worried about it, but there we go. Song again. No, I'm not starting the stream over. I'd have to restart the bot though. Fuck that. Damn it, Nate. What a pain in the ass that is. You're gonna be so sick of that song by the end of the season. Let's just try that. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I'm gonna press the button. I'm gonna press the button. Theme songs are a comfort. Selected action not found. Fuck your mom. Fucking save. Really? What the fuck?
All right, Bearded, we're doing it.
We're doing it. Hell yeah. My dry spell is over. What the fuck? Deck? Hold on.
Hey, who's a twink now, baby? Fuck. Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal is just daddy. Wait, did I say that out loud?
I do like sausage. I do like sausage a lot. Hell, you could have a sausage taco. I'd be down with that. I'd like meat. Give me meat. I want meat in my mouth. Put it in there.
Why? Why? It's not even triggering.
Oh, I mean, the manager on duty. Larry! Larry Bananas, lady! Damn it, asparagus. Larry! Lawrence! I need a damn price check on it! Larry! 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 Oh my God! Larry! 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 Where's Larry? Larry! 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 Larry!
What the fuck now? This is why I can't have nice things. Not me. I have nothing to do with the decks. I just use them. Ugh. I don't care about that. I was set to the wrong one, don't I? Yeah, you can. chat message / clear. Easy. What the fuck is that? Sorry, wrong button. Where do I want to go here? Okay. Yeah. Why did that pop up all of a sudden? That was weird. Yeah. / clear, my dude. Easy. Okay. So that works. Okay, I need to do the TTS though. Yep. / clear. Yeah. All right, let's try again.
Poster. I would like to math that against my local time and send message of how many hours ahead or behind they are from me.
Was that English? Streamerbot. Math variable. Okay. Streamerbot chat window shows the local timestamp of message poster. You would like to map that against your local time and send message of how many hours ahead or behind they are from me. Why? Serious question. Why? You want to use it as a demonstration and you pick that to show math? I mean, yeah, you can do it, but you would also have to grab the user's local time, and you don't know that. StreamerBot doesn't know that. Twitch doesn't know that. Hi, Stealth.
Oh, hi. Welcome to my schoolhouse.
I mean, the way you make it sound is that anytime anybody posts a message in your chat, you want to reply to that message with, "You're 4 hours behind me." Oh my God, dude. That would get annoying as fuck. Come into your live stream. "Hey, Fi, you're 4 hours behind me." Okay, cool. You are 4 hours behind me. What? No, stop. You are 4 hours behind me. Okay, I'm not going to chat anymore. What the fuck? Well, I mean, yeah, it's basic math, right? Like, I mean, do you not know how to use math in StreamerBot? Is that what you're getting at? You want to know how to use math? Like, I want to answer you. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck you're really asking. With all love. Basically. So, math is just math. Right? You can do it in a set argument. You can do it in a message, whatever. We'll just do a message for now. So you would just do $, math, whatever math you want to do. I mean, it really fucking just depends. Math. That's all it is. You just surround it with $. So if you have a variable, like your dice roll, so if somebody rolls a dice and it gives a number, and you put that number in a variable, you could use that inside the math equation. If that makes sense, right? If you don't, you can just use a number. So we would do math and then parentheses. Barrels. My day's been good so far. How are you? So you can do 10 plus 10 $, and it would display 20, you know. Or you could do math, parenthesis, variable, dice, row, whatever you named it, -6 $. But for your original question with the timestamp, that's all going to be local to you, right? So doing math like against a person, like say you're streaming and somebody from Europe comes in, StreamerBot's not going to know that they're from Europe. They're going to know that their message came in at whatever time, your local time. So if you try to do math on that, it's just going to return 0 because it's going to subtract or add, you know, whatever to whatever. Snapcam? Really? That's weird. We just did 26 fucking hours. Had no issues. YouTube shows their local time on chat. For you or for them?
Hey, listen!
I understand it's their local time. You're saying it shows it. I'm saying, does it show it to you or to them? And who the fuck turns timestamps on fucking messages anyway? I'm just kidding. Yeah. I've never heard of that. But there wouldn't be a variable for a timestamp because it's not part of the API. That's just a thing. You see the different time zones in YouTube chat. Are you sure about that? I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know. I don't ever turn timestamps on. That's fucking weird. That's too much shit going on. If it's 2 there and then somebody chats, it says 4. Seven years ago. Okay, that's not going to be relevant. You turn on timestamps on Twitch to know how slow you are to respond. Yeah, ultra slow is the response. I fucking love it though, because it's like fucking Evie stream. She'll be playing her game or whatever, talking about whatever she's talking about, and then she's like, "Oh, let me catch up on chat." And then 9 times out of 10, you're gonna hear, "What does that mean?" Because you made a comment about something that happened in her stream 25 minutes ago, and now you're both trying to remember. I fucking love it. All right, now, Phi, are you talking about the streamer bot chat or the YouTube chat? The YouTube chat. I didn't even know fucking YouTube had timestamps on their chat, to be fair. Okay. Yeah. I have never seen a chat show different time zones. Ever. I wouldn't even know where to go to fucking edit that. Oh, right there. Timestamps. Okay. That is the question, so not just with the variable. Yeah, like, I mean, it's not gonna be a variable, right? Because it's not anything that, like, the bot controls. YouTube and Twitch don't send those out. That's just in their local, and all the times are your local times. And the odds of everybody that's in your chat right now on that stream being in the same time zone as you are very low, I assume. Wouldn't that be funny, trying to test it and then everybody's in the same time zone? Why isn't it working? That'd be my luck. Yeah, for sure. Okay. And it's just that toggle, right? I found it in the thing to turn. Yeah, I don't fucking know if it's weird. Is there anywhere else YouTube timestamp settings? No, not that. Chat. Not those kind of timestamps. Not it. You're using something Nutty wrote? Yeah, no fucking telling then. See, this is the kind of information we need, Fi. I'm using a third-party program. There are other factors that I haven't told you about. Come on, dude. Quit being like my customers at work, bro. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. And now it's on the overlay, so it's not the YouTube chat. Jesus fucking Christ. Do I look like a dentist? I'm not pulling your teeth, dude. I'm seeing people's different timestamps on YouTube chat. Oh, in the streamer bot chat? No, on the YouTube chat. Oh, on the YouTube chat. Well, actually, it's not any of those. It's something completely different. You could be like the dentist in a little shuffle. I'd rather not. Fucking bye, man. Good Lord, son. You haven't used StreamerBot? What do you use? There are some good ones out there. It's fine, not with variables. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you just do math. right? It's just the format, $ math, whatever. But yeah, like, you find it complicated to set up. I mean, it can be, which is why my setup tutorial has like 10,000 views. So I get it. But here you go, bye. That's a list of all the math functions that work. All of them. All of them. There are lots. Yeah, Firebot can do a couple of things. Yeah. I'm wondering, I'm still wondering why it's not grabbing my broadcast ID. I'm about to see if there's another YouTube trigger that will grab that. But yeah, Firebot is easy to set up. It's fairly simple. It's like Nightbot, but with a little more oomph to it. Mix It Up Bot and Streamer Bot are like the two big powerhouses that can do virtually anything. Streamer Bot has an edge on that. It can do a lot more than Mix It Up can, but some people that have been using Mix It Up, you know, for a while or whatever, don't want to switch over, and that's fine. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, like Firebot, well, Onkbot, which doesn't exist anymore. Um, well, it does. It's just renamed to Streamlabs Chatbot or whatever the fuck crap name they gave it. Stream Elements, Nightbot, all, you know, they're chat bots first, you know, and then like Firebot and some of the other ones have a little bit more because they're like, you know, they're local to your machine. They're not just running when you go live, you know. So they can do a little bit more. They can connect to your OBS and do a couple of things, you know, things like that. But yeah. But if you want full control over everything, you're gonna need a streaming bot like Mix It Up, Streamer Bot, Firebot to an extent. There was a couple more, but they've kind of become defunct and by the wayside because they didn't keep up with all the changes on Twitch and OBS over the last couple of years. So they're kind of, yeah. So we don't talk about them. But like I always said, I will always recommend StreamerBot because of just how powerful it really is. And it's as powerful as you need it to be. You know, if you just want a simple chatbot, it can do that. If you want it to control your OBS, it can do that. If you want it to run programs and do things, it can do that. It's whatever you need it to do, it'll do. You know, so if you don't want to overcomplicate things, then fucking don't. You know. But always go with what you're comfortable with. You know, I have a couple of my friends like Dave, Augie, you know, who are using like Mix It Up or whatever, and I always fucking tease them. I'm like, you need to switch. You need to switch. When are you switching? But it's just in fun. Like, honestly, if you have shit that works for your stream and you're comfortable with it and it does what you need it to do, leave it alone. Can it find you a sugar daddy that I don't have to do anything for? That's kind of the exact opposite of the definition of a sugar daddy. So no, because your input is invalid. Otherwise it could. Yeah. A wealthy benefactor. Yeah, technically it can. I got a portable dishwasher, but it's a smart dishwasher, which I don't use the smart features because fucking who can't push a fucking button on a dishwasher. But just for fun, I hooked this thing up to my router, and I had StreamerBot control my dishwasher. So, you know, it can do that. But yeah, it could find you a wealthy benefactor. It basically you would do a fetch URL to, like, you know, those websites where those people are, and connect your account, and then you could have it automatically send messages and stuff. So yeah. Ooh woo indeed. Yeah. All right. Phil does have StreamerBot. Yep. Sure does. Oh my goodness. I need more coffee. All right, let's do one more question, and then I'm going to take a quick break and go refill coffee and pee and stuff. That's the wrong button. Here we go.
Hi 5420 asks StreamerBot, switch statements. Say I have 20 accounts that I do not want on the generic first words alert so their walk on sound plays sooner. How can I do that with switch instead of a Christmas tree of if statements?
You make a Christmas tree of switch cases. I mean, if you have 20, what is this? Okay, you have 20 accounts that you do not want on the generic first word alert, so their walk-on sound plays. Yeah. So if you don't want to use if statements, if you want to use a switch case, then you're going to have 20 cases. It's the exact same way. It's just one's an if statement, one's a switch case. But you're going to have, you can't just be like, is there a way to just do names? I mean, you can make an array and then have your switch case, you know, match the array. If statements would actually be better for that. But here's the thing. Okay. And I've run into this probably a dozen times now. And this is why this is why I don't do the switch cases for that stuff, because like I have my I mean, here I have like this. Where'd they go? Where? Yeah, my VIPs, right? All you guys, all of my VIPs are here. They have their own stuff, and this is all run through what the fuck are you doing? This is all run through if statement here. All of my if statements are here. And the reason I leave them this way, and this wasn't especially for what you're talking about with the first words. You'll know that like when you come in and chat, your VIP thing plays and it doesn't show the generic welcome message, right? Because of my if statements. But, and this is where it becomes important, people can change their username. They can change the spelling, they can change, capitalization, which with the ignore case helps a lot. But if a user decides to change their name, then that no longer matches. And then you've got to go through that array or all those switch cases to find it and edit it. And with the if statement, it's literally just right there, right? I mean, like you can just, it's there. So when, let me go to my actual one. So if Nana changes her name again, right? Or Fox does, or Bibbidi does, or Scrolls does, I don't have to go through that entire fucking list or the C# code or any of that to find it. It's just literally right there. And they all work. You know what I mean? Boop, 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 boop. Why are these all open? So you get all these people, and especially on YouTube, because there's no delay. Like I can change my name on YouTube like 8 times in one day if I fucking wanted to. Yeah. When you done play sound from file, name the song user ID, then in play song for file use. Yeah, but he's still gonna have to have a fucking if or switch case to determine if that person that's chatting is the first time chatter and what their fucking shit is. Even as what first word as trigger. Yeah. It's on a timer. But yeah, I mean, use your user ID, use username, use fucking whatever, but you still have to have either a switch case or an if statement to determine what you want to do with it. Because on a first word trigger, you can have it populate all that stuff, but it's not going to know what to do with it unless you tell it what to do. I was saying if statements, and that's, for me, are a lot easier than the switch case because I don't, it's easier to see that's the one I need to change or that's the one I need to edit, and I don't have to go through the entire fucking list and then ruin, like, oh, I want to change a user ID or I want to add somebody and then I fucking forget the comma or the semicolon or, less chance for error, but they both work. is the point. So it's whichever one you're more comfortable with. You know, if you want to do a switch case, then fucking do a switch case. Right? My face works? Ew. Not for free, I hope. Bitch better bring me some money. Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't need to reinvent the wheel, you know. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, y'all all know me by now. Keep it as simple for the end user as possible, right? I mean, like all of this shit, all of this stuff right here could be a single fucking C# code. But I don't want to go edit that shit every fucking time I want to add a new VIP or change an alert. You know what I mean? Keep it simple. Yeah, I could probably run this entire bot. I'd say probably about 90% of all this shit right here. I could probably run all of it on about 7 or 8 different C# execute codes. But fucking why? Why would I want to put myself through that? It would be clean. All the actions are in the, yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, like with Smoking Barrels there and my, you know, once you have a setup, the hard part is getting it going and getting it to function the way you want it to. You know, removing names or IDs or adding names or IDs or, you know, changing the way an alert shows up or whatever. That's the easy part, right? So, yeah, you know, find what you're most comfortable with, make it work, and then you're good. Copy paste. I haven't got into the switch cases yet because they weren't available before now. And I just haven't had time to do fucking anything. I mean, literally this entire week, going back all the way to last weekend, every stream I've done has been put together at the last minute before I click go live. Like, I have had no fucking time. None. But yeah, I mean, and if you look at somebody like in the streamer bot community, if you look at like Palmy or GoMan, if you look at their fucking bots, it's all fucking C#. Like almost exclusively. You know, because that's what they're comfortable with. You know, most of us aren't coders, right? So yeah, I mean, you know, and that's what I'm saying. And the end functionality, they're pretty much identical. I mean, that when you break it down, I mean, obviously going deeper, you know, they're not, but when you break it down for what they actually do, they're checking if something is true and then doing something else because of that, or they're not. So, you know, the one thing I wasn't like when he added the switch cases, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, you know, but I wasn't over the moon about it. Now, when he added inline if else, so I don't have to create a whole different fucking action just to run something if something is true, and then being able to nest if else's, dude, fuck yeah. Laddered if else is the fucking best. You know, so I can come in here, if user equals Natalia and it's true, I can put another if statement right here. And then if that's true, I can put another if statement right there. And, you know, and I can go down, blah, 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 blah. And I love laddered if else. It's like my favorite thing in coding. It's janky, but it is so easy and clean, and it just fucking works. And there's no confusion. There's no making sure, case sensitivity and shit and commas and semicolons and oh yeah. That's when I was like, "Yay, dark mode, cool." And then I was like, "Wait, you also added what to the if statements inline?" Fuck that. I was more happy about that than fucking dark mode. Like if you had just added that one thing and left the bot like it was in 2.8, I would have been over the moon. It's fucking great. Ugh. Yep. I've been asking for laddered if else since 1.2. I think I still had it up on the suggestions site. It's somewhere. It got like 3 upvotes. I was like, really? Come on, guys. Yeah. All right. It's the one thing you did not know you wanted. Yeah, and I think that's why a lot of that didn't get upvoted earlier, because people were like, the if statements work. I'm like, but they don't. The if statements are just basically run actions with an extra step, and it's cluttering my bot. But now I don't need all those extra actions. Like, for example, like I'm going to go through and do it, but like I just showed you here with the, I have the welcome, right? So if a user, and then I have my VIPs, and all the actions for my VIPs are here. I don't need these anymore. I can take each one of these and put it in the fucking welcome. If it's hi-fi, do his fucking thing. And I don't need these anymore. I mean, that's 45 actions. I can just gone.
Oh.
Deleted.
Welcome
Don't
to
need
my
him.
schoolhouse.
Hi, Benny. Welcome in, my friend. How is your semi-lazy weekend going? Very lazy? Hell yeah, dude. About to take a nap. All right, that is lazy. Security alert. Oh, that's from when I signed into. They tried to call me into work today. You believe that shit? I do need coffee, yeah. I do. Let me go grab that. I'm going to go take coffee. We'll get to the other questions when I get back. We'll rapid fire some of them. Oh, I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. Fuck them. I ain't answering that shit. You ain't going to bother me. Not on my day off. we had what happened. They tried to call me in because one of my coworkers called out today, and he said something came up with my mom that I have to help with. Rotten in the crypts. From the moment they met, pain is a skill. Hi, Conan. What they don't know is that he called in because he bought a fuck ton of beer and a fuck ton of weed last night on his one day off. Oi. So what came up was a case of the brown bottle flu, and no, fuck you. I'm not covering that shit. Are you still on vacation or are you home now? I didn't think you were coming home until like tomorrow. I guess it is kind of almost tomorrow for you though, isn't it? Okay, so it is tomorrow. I was right. Well, welcome in anyway. Appreciate you being here. Well, hi. I'm glad you did. Just make sure that you do let me know when you're home and stuff so we can schedule the one chip challenge and the little nitro so that you're around to see it. Like Wednesday, Thursday, I'm thinking, if you're ready by then. Oh. Will do. Cool. All right, I'm going to take a quick BRB, guys. I need to refill my coffee and I need to go pee. And I can't turn my AC off because it'll get fucking hot, but I need to find socks because my feet are cold. So give me a couple minutes and you're going to go to sleep now. All right, get some good sleep. Have a safe trip on your flight tomorrow. Do let us know that you got home okay. And we will see you then. But yeah, I'm probably going to take her nuts out while I'm gone. So give me a couple minutes and then we'll rapid fire these questions when I get back. All right. Hang tight, everybody. Oh, the battle pass level 14. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. Gun skin, I guess.
Boogity boogity boo.
Boop boop boom.
Boog 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 boog.
Bazinga.
Bazinga.
Bazinga. I'm getting close to 800 on Ash.
So nuns can't learn the tongue? Guys.
That appears to be all of the gifts.
Go!
Somebody clip that. Little achievement coming up.
Man's best
Holy
friend, as they
crap.
say. Now, I was never quite sure whether that...
Wait, what happened? Why am I connecting to chat? Oh, okay. Overdrive. Mr. Dig got iron ore and steel ore.
Okay, later.
I just reconnected to my own chat. That's great. I love that when that happens. But thank you for the googly eyes. I appreciate that. We're gonna go into the right hole now. This is... He's looking at you like it's so easy. A 10-fingered moron could do it. And you'd be going, oh, telling you. Would you want to join? It is the channel points, and it is which one is it? Scream for 666 channel points, and we have a wild Jesus. Fuck. That's a new one. Wow, that was really loud. Fleetwood Mac, good answer, Nikki. Freezing temps. We got freezing temps. Could be a Goryo. See?
F in chat, even the ghost said that.
Isn't that the kid from The Ring? Or not? Is it The Ring? No, The Grudge. It's the boy from The Grudge, right? I just peed my pants. Yeah. The Grudge. Yeah, that's it. He goes, or whatever. Creepy fucking kid. And clipping that, thank you for the, yeah. I mean, I'll take it, but what the hell? That's weird. Jesus fuck me, man. What? That's not the time for my light to go out. That's not the time for my light to go out. Oh, feet! Feet! Why are there feet? Oh, it's a mannequin. How the fuck do I light the candle and then it tells you light it in the fire? You have to crouch to do that. See? I don't want to light wall candles. I don't want to. Oh! I got goosebumps. Holy, do you see the? Hi. Oh, is that fucking Momo? It looks like Momo. Big old. Ah, coffee. Yay. Magical fruit. Thanks, Benny. Yeah, okay. Got that done. Got that done. Bright lights. All right. Let's get to some more of these questions. Amadeus.
Oh, hello.
Amadeus. Asmodeus. How are you, my friend? Yeah, we're doing good. Next is sort of the same. Okay, let's find out.
Hi-Fi 420 asked StreamerBot, switch statements, another question about switch statement. How to set up a % command source % to run action specific for that platform?
So, Smoke and Barrels might be able to answer this better than I can. I really should have a fucking test one, so I don't have to do that. Anyway, add test switch. Hey, there we go. You can add multiple case groups under the same subaction. I mean, no shit, that's what a switch case does. Oh, okay. So what is it exactly you want to do? How to set up a command source? I mean, basically, yeah, a switch case is it's an if else without the if or the else, right? So we're gonna do test. I don't know if I can put it in here. So your switch is, they're basically, they're called switches because they run like a toggle instead of, so an if else will run, if this happens, we're going to do this. If it does not happen, we're going to do this, right? And so it branches. With a switch case, you have the if statement. We want when this happens. And then your cases are your little toggles, right? So it's going to be, you know, if username equals, right? But instead of if username equals, you're just going to say username. And then all of your cases are the different like usernames, right? So Hi-Fi and Smoke and Barrels and Malcolm and Evie. And it's just going to go through because, you know, whatever comes in. Yeah, it's going to turn that case on. and it's going to leave all the other ones off. You know, so whereas an if case would go, if this name matches, does this match? No. Check the next one. No. Check the next one. Yes. And then we're going to stop checking. Switch case runs through all of them and turns all the ones on that match. And in the case of StreamerBot, what are you doing? It's going to run whatever actions you have associated with those. So like we have here, test, whatever your command is, right? And then the case is going to be whatever you want it to do. So the case, and that's the thing, I'm getting into the tutorials and we're going to cover all these, but I'm going to do it a little different than I've been doing it in the past. But, you know, Twitch, whatever, fucking, I don't know, we'll just send a message to chat, right? And then you can have your message, blah, 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 blah. Okay, right? So case one, and then we want to add a case. We're going to give the case a value of, I don't know, YouTube. Okay. Oh, value, add, there we go. So if the case is YouTube, then we're going to send a YouTube message, you know, or whatever, right? We'll go kick for now. We're going to do that to blah, blah, blah. All right. Add a new case. If the case is Twitch. Okay. Add. Then we're going to do whatever we're going to do. So your cases are the match for the name, just like your if statements. So if test equals YouTube, if test equals Twitch. Otherwise, it does the default. So your default is what you want to happen if nothing else matches. Excuse me. Good Lord, I hit it wrong. Right. Yeah, and that's where the switch cases kind of have the power over an if statement, because this is all one thing, right? Where we would have to say if test is YouTube, then do this. If test is Twitch, then do this. If test is not any of those, then do this, right? With a switch case, but I mean, technically you're still doing that. It's just all encased into one thing, whereas you would have to have 2 or 3 or 4 or 20 whatever different if statements. You're going to have 1 or 2 or 4 or 20 different cases. So it's just, you know, how you wanted to set it up. But yeah, the switch itself, what you put in the input, your command statement or whatever, that, or your command source, that is the check. And then the cases are what you're checking for. Is it YouTube? Is it Twitch? Is it Kick? Is it fucking, you know, first words? Is it, you know, whatever. And we're going to do these things in the case that these toggles get turned on. So we're going to send a Twitch message. So if none of them match, if test doesn't match any of them, then we're going to do whatever the default case says to do, if anything. And you can leave the default, you can leave that blank. All right. And then it just won't do fucking anything. Yeah, and like some of if you dual stream, it's a good use. Like we're doing right now, but you know, and like I can use that for like the audio, right? Like we have the movie poster audio, for example, right? The audio that comes with it is not good for YouTube. It's copyrighted or whatever, and you know, it'll get demonetized. So I can say, you know, if movie poster is redeemed, right? When you redeem movie poster, if it's the YouTube, play this sound. If it's the Twitch, play this sound. Otherwise, just do it normally. And then those two different sounds will go to the two different platforms. If you want to check like a command, somebody does exclamation point, whatever, pup check. If it comes from YouTube, I want to do it from here. If it comes from Twitch, I want to do it this way. If it comes from Kick, I want to do it this way. Maybe like my light that comes on, I could have it set to do different colors depending on which platform it came from, or, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, you really can, if you break it down, like an if statement and a switch case can be interchangeable. They really can. It's just how you want to set it up, what you're comfortable with, and what exactly it is that you want to happen when things are true. So. But yeah, don't get confused with the lingo, right? Switch doesn't mean change. Think of it like light switch, not changing to. Okay. We're not swapping anything. We're turning a switch on. So if you think about it like that, think of it like like the switch in your circuit breaker, right? You have your main circuit breaker, and then you have 3 different rooms with 3 different light switches, right? So when we turn this switch on, this is the main circuit breaker. It powers all the other rooms that it's connected to, and then the cases are the individual light switches in those rooms. So you have your main circuit breaker for the house, and then you have living room, bedroom, bathroom, right? Just because we have power going to all 3 of them doesn't mean the lights come on in all 3 of those rooms unless we turn the case on. So if we want light in the bedroom, then we do this. So when we click that switch in the bedroom, this light comes on. But the other 2 stay off unless we specifically turn them on as well, right? But that, it's not a swap. So the definition of switch, and it can be confusing, but yeah, think of it like a light switch, not a change or swap. If you want different alerts, yeah, and that's actually a really good case, like I can have my test here instead of test. We could have this be, like your stream title or your tags, so when the stream title has, Tavern Talk, I could have an alert show up here if it's on Twitch, if it's on YouTube, or whatever. And you can have, or if you have Christmas, you could have your Christmas alerts come on. If you have Halloween alerts, and then that way you can set them all up and you don't have to change them every time. You just change the switch case. Yep. Exactly. Boop, boop. Yeah.
Hi-Fi 420 asked StreamerBot, if statement, how can I set up an if user mod has specific emote? Toss a poke Ultra Ball. Demon ATF.
How can you set up an if statement? If user is a mod. Same thing. Got it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's the same. Yeah. We covered that. So that's one thing I want to do with my Pokeball redeem. All right, like I have, I have it set up where it just throws an Ultra Ball, right? But what I want to do is I want to press the button, and if it's a certain type of Pokemon, then
Welcome to my world.
throw a different type of ball, So like if I get my favorites, I want to throw like a Cherish Ball or something, try to get a shiny out of them, right? Otherwise, I'll just throw an Ultra Ball. Case statements are good for that. If statements are probably better because then I can just do if contains. But Gamer Mac, welcome in. Uh-oh. My battery die. Fucker. Ugh. Hey, there it goes. New battery. All right, next.
Hi-Fi 420 asked OBS, streamer bot, hiding source filter, how can he mute the source move when the mic is muted? The QA's he cannot get it to not show zombie fi while muted.
Before I answer that, you have it set up for class C, B, and A, but some of the events are C class and only, yeah. Yeah, I would set it up based on like either their name or their like IVs or whatever. I don't know what all comes up in that message that you can compare it to because I don't use that bot, but yeah, because if it runs an event and you want to throw an Ultra Ball or whatever, then it's gonna have to be something different. Yeah. But you can look at that message, the El Barjo or whatever the fuck it's called, that shows all of that information and see the emote is the same. Yeah, okay. All right, so hiding a source filter. How can you mute the source move when the mic is muted? You cannot get it to not show Zombify while muted. Couple questions. First, when you say when you mute your mic, do you mean physically, like the button on your mic, or in OBS? Sound is there unless you turn off the mic physically. Okay, so you wanna mute the microphone but then when even if your microphone is muted in OBS, you're saying your little PNG is still lighting up when you talk, even though you're muted. And you don't want that to happen, right? You want it to stay dark until you unmute. Yeah.
Hey, listen.
The easy, simple way, honestly, is to have a deck button that mutes your mic. It'll toggle mute. Instead of like clicking on it in OBS. And then also disable the filter. And then when you press the button again, unmute the mic, enable the filter. Because when you mute your microphone in OBS, you're only muting the output. It's still, you know, you see it grayed out, but everything is still moving, right? So it's just muting what goes out to stream, but it's still coming in, right? So yeah, you'll have to mute your microphone and disable the filters, and then re-enable the filters and the microphone when you're ready to talk again. There's a rumbly in my tumbly. Yeah. Yeah, just disable the filter when you mute your mic. Mm-hmm. Duh. All right, next one.
Malcolm 1971 asked, is Nate going to add me kick features in future StreamerBot updates?
You could disable the mic source and you'd be on it. Forget to unmute. Yeah. That happens. Is Nate going to add more Kick features in the future? Yeah, as soon as Kick adds more features to their API. That's the answer. It's not that they're there and Nate is ignoring them. They just don't exist as far as the API goes. When they get added to the API, they'll be added to StreamerBot. Yep. We've already had that happen 3 times during the beta, where the API changed from Kick and it was added in the very next update. So I think Barrels, I think Fi has the move audio filter on the microphone, so that was all he would have to delete or disable, not delete. Yeah. I think it's funny though, but the way you have it set up is really fucking cool because it looks like your dude's like, coming at you, but only if you talk for a certain time. And when you say something really short, it's like, and it cracks me up because it doesn't play the full animation. And I'm fucking here for it, man. Pardon me. Wait, where the fuck did that get added? Oh, why are you here? Get out of there. Yeah, he's got his PNG tuber set up with the audio filter, so It's a problem you have, the short answers. And you did that to force the speaking of good Englishes. Yeah. It cracks me up. You know, especially if you're like, you're talking to like the game or whatever, you don't know what, you know, you're just like, move. And it's like, ah. It makes me laugh. I love it. Four? We still got four. Let's go. Finally, we got out of Five's fucking question. He found his document today, guys. Ravenous. There's so much shit on this stream that I want to change, and I have no fucking time. I hate work. Can somebody just like... Can somebody just like pay all of my bills for the next like 3 months so I can get my shit done without having to worry about going to work? Chuckle? You'll get yours. You'll get yours, sir. How are you today? How's your weekend going, my man? Hope it's well. Going all right? All right is good. All right is better than not all right. Yeah. All right, all right, all right. You know what I like most about high school girls? I get older, they stay the same age. Gross. Don't groan at me. That was Matthew McConaughey's line. I didn't write it. Great movie, though. How's it going, man? About to be a lot better. All right. I love how my little corn goes off the screen when I cough. Don't mind me, folks. Chuckle? No. Knock it off. Got it in there. All right. Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah. Question. Here we go.
The Cobbler Live asked, I want to use streamer.bot decks. Do you have any tutorial for it, or you suggest any links?
Yeah, make them. I do have a tutorial up on it, actually. I don't have the updated one. As you can see, Dex has been changed quite a bit. The new, why did you go back here? What the actual fuck? Okay. It's still in alpha. And, what do you mean I don't have any decks? I'm literally using my decks. What the fuck? Dude. What the fuck? There we go. But yeah, it is, it's changed a bit since that, tutorial, but it's still pretty much relevant. but I do need to make a new one. I need to update it. But you can have multiple decks now with multiple pages, that kind of thing. But yeah, you just sign into the StreamerBot website with your Discord. And then you go to decks, and then you come in and you can add a new deck, and you can make buttons. You can make more pages. Let me go back here. Let's go to the tutorial one, because this is less. So here we got this. I can add a new button, and then you have different types of buttons you can add now. Let me zoom in. So we have the 3-step button, a toggle switch, a status indicator, so like if you're monitoring things, you can actually see it move, and then a slider. Actually, you know what? I think I have. Don't I have one of those? Didn't we set up to test one for that, or did I delete it? I might have deleted it. Oh no, here it is. So we have the slider, right? So like you can change the slider, and it'll do whatever action you have tied to it. Your status indicator, stuff like that. So you have the 3 different buttons that you can choose from now. But if we add one, we'll do like a 3-step button. You can change the appearance here, give it a title, button. I can't type button name. Right, and then it shows up. You can add a picture. If you have a local file, you browse to it here. You can go to Icone's website, and you can pick one and say we want this, whatever. Okay, it's a battery. We're going to click right here, and then we go back, and we can paste that in the icon name. And then it shows the battery there as the image. You go to your actions once you connect it to StreamerBot. And then you just do whatever action you want. And you can look for one. I don't know what to do. We can do a shout out. I think I have a shout out somewhere. I don't know. Let's see what I got. We'll do the Dino Moan. You guys love that thing. So we'll run Dino Moan if we press this button. So we come out here, we have save. Now we have a button. And if we click it,
Dinosaur.
it'll play that sound or whatever your action is. And you can also resize them. There are 4 different ways you can do that. You can have them be long. Let me zoom out so you can actually see. You can have them be wide. You can have them be super big. You can see they're all different sizes. You can move them around. And then up here, you can change your layout. Like I have this one currently set to 6 columns and 3 rows, but we can change that to be like 5 rows, 6 rows. And then we can change these even more. So, whoop, not move. I want to, boop, change the size. We do like 10. All right. Boop. So you can have it set to whatever you want. You can add people to it to be able to use it, like your moderators and stuff like that. Up here in the page settings, you can change all of this stuff again here. There are the main settings here, so you can name your deck. This is the URL for the deck, and then only people that are allowed on the allowed list will be able to use it unless you make it public, that kind of thing. Then anybody with the link can use it, but it's a good thing for like your moderators to have. But yeah, I do have a basic tutorial. Let me find it. Bum, 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 bum. That would probably be here. I think it's best kept secrets. Yeah, right here. So there you go. Paste that in there. Maybe. There we go. If you want to check that out, like I said, it's a little bit outdated because of the new changes, but the basic setting up your buttons and all of that is the same. So you can go from there.
Hi, how are you?
Craigs, welcome in. How are you? Good to see you. Hello, hello. But yeah, just make sure that StreamerBot is connected to the StreamerBot website, and make sure that you sign into the StreamerBot website with your Discord account, and then everything will go from there. I'm doing good, dude. Yeah. Thank you for asking. We're doing all right. Answering some questions here today. Having a little chill stream, you know. Righting wrongs, fixing the world, solving problems one step at a time. As we do. Yeah. Speaking of, let's go ahead and go to the next one. We got 3 questions left still. God. You guys have a lot of questions today. That's great. I love it.
Two Smokin' Barrels asked, have you looked at StreamFog as a SnapCam replacement? Their beta is open with StreamerBot integration and UDP, so no hotkeys.
No hotkeys. Just triggers, huh? No, I haven't looked into it yet. I also know that there is a OBS plugin that also does it. Obviously, there's not as many filters or whatever. But I did know of StreamFog, and I do know of the plugin, and I actually have it on my to-do list for my tutorials to have SnapCam alternatives, and I was going to cover both of them. So I will be adding it and checking it out and using it just so I can obviously do the tutorial on it, but that's a little bit ways away. I have other ones that are more important, like the new StreamerBot functionality and setup and navigation stuff first. But yeah, it is on the list, but I haven't used it myself yet, but it is on the list. But I assume that you're using it. How do you like it? I still use SnapCam too, just because I have it always up. But see, the problem with the OBS plugin one, and I'm not sure about StreamFog, but it's only when you're like live, right, and using OBS. So with SnapCam, it's on my computer. I run it. It is my webcam. And so when I do Discord calls, when I, are playing games with people and we're sharing screens in Discord, not just live, then it's also there as well. A lot of new features. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've heard of it. I haven't used it yet, but definitely check it out. I don't know if it'll replace my SnapCam just because of all the different ways that I use the SnapCam. But for just streaming, is it an actual Windows app? So it will actually, it works the same way? Then maybe, yeah. Maybe. But yeah, I do want to do a tutorial on the OBS one and on the plugin and StreamFog. And I think there's another one. I don't know if development stopped on it or not, but it was a SnapCam filter replacement back when SnapCam was still a SnapCam. And I got to look into that and see if they're doing anything with it or not anymore. But yeah, so there's going to be a couple on that tutorial as well. But glad to know that it works, and it's pretty cool. So I look forward to trying it out. What is this camera again? We're talking about the snap cam, like the filters that turn me into corn and the googly eyes and shit like that. There's a new one. Snap cam never worked for you. Yeah, Stream Fog. You can post a link to it, Barrels, if you want to, if you have it. I've actually been out of the fucking loop. I get stuck in my own like little ways and be like, okay, this works now. On to the next thing. But it's good to know that there are alternatives out there, you know. Everybody needs alternatives. Oh God, they got that guy on the cover. Ugh. Michael Fair. Oh, a lot of great stuff, but good Lord, dude. He needs to take it down about 4 minutes. I have no idea. Probably because we were fucking with things. No, I love Michael. His tutorials are great, but Jesus Christ. He's the one, he's one of the ones. There are a few. He's kind of the worst about it though. But he's one of the ones that's like, he's making tutorial videos and trying to make them like top 10 videos. And it's like, I don't need super hype when I'm trying to learn something. Like, I love him for it. I wish I had his energy. I just, not my thing. Yeah, I didn't know it was an app now either, so that's cool. Yeah. We'll give it a go. Yeah, and I mean, I've probably watched. I mean, and the same thing. Like, I mean, I don't begrudge anybody that does the tutorials, and I don't want to sound hateful. I'm really not. Um, you know, fucking Nutty, Mustache Maniac, fucking Michael Fayer, Gal Level. Like, they all have their own style. You know, myself included, right? We all have our own little way of doing things. I just, if I want to watch like a YouTube video and it's about a game or a speed run or a making of, or, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, give me all the fucking hype. Give me all the fucking, you know, flashing lights and moving shit around the screen every 3 minutes. And, you know, that's fine. But as far as like tutorials go, when I'm trying to fucking learn something, I find that with those guys, I had to rewatch their shit like 19 fucking times just to understand what the fuck they were saying. And I had to like physically filter out all the bullshit. You know, and I get it. That's what people go to YouTube for. They want that, you know, I got to be entertained, but I can't do it. You know, I can't, you know. If you want to learn something, we learn it. We're going to learn it. We're going to show you everything. You know, I'm not going to give you a 3-minute tutorial because you're not going to understand a fucking thing. And what's the fucking point? Then you got to come back and rewatch that tutorial 95 times. You know. And for them, I mean, great, do it up. Like, you know, like I said, I'm not throwing hate at all. It's just, I can't do it that way. I can't learn anything. I can't understand anything. You know, my ADD is like, what are we doing? You know, stop, go back to the previous chapter, forward to this chapter. No, I can't. I personally, I can't do it. And that's why I made my channel the way I do, you know, because I know I'm not the only one, right? And I don't need 10 million views, you know. I would love it, obviously, you know, but, you know, let's slow it down a little bit. Let's make sure that you actually understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. You know, I'm not just going to, hey guys, here's the thing. Click the link in the description below to get the import and you're good to go. All right, good luck. And then something changes, something updates, something breaks, and you're like, what do I do now? And you go back to the video and it hasn't been updated in a year and he's gone and what the fuck? He's moved on to other things and I have no idea how to fix this, and it's a big part of my stream now, and no. But if you understand what it is, and you went along and you wrote it, you know where everything is, you can fix the shit. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it anyway. But yeah, if you're looking for the flashy, if you're looking for the, you know, shit's got to move on screen and fucking big text coming and flying in and fucking animations and scene swapping, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to find that here. It's out there. You love it. You can have it. You know. Sorry about all this. My fucking... There we go. I mean, follow Marbs. He's great. But no, my deck zoomed in and I had to unzoom. So I was pushing buttons. Oh, I see what you're talking about now. Yeah, I got you. So the Galissapod or whatever the fuck, however you say it, is an event Pokemon then, is what you're saying. That's what the stars mean. Okay. Okay. But yeah, but thanks for the link. I saw that it's beta. We had to go to their Discord. That's cool. I'll do it. I'll get the app. We'll test it out. See what's going on. All right. Let's see what happens if we do question again. Will it catch up?
Malcolm 1971 asked in StreamerBot, can the switch be used to switch scenes in OBS?
Can the switch be used to switch scenes in OBS? Yes. I wouldn't use it for that, but yes. Again, that's not what switch means. It doesn't mean to swap. It's more like to turn on, like a light switch, to toggle. But yes, you can. I'm trying to think of why you would want to. I mean, normally when you stream, you have a progression, right? Starting soon to just chatting to gameplay to ending scene if you have one. Be right back is in there. Now for me, for example, like I could use that based on what my previous scene was. So like if we're on my just chatting scene and I have to go take a BRB, when I come back, I want to go back to the just chatting scene. Likewise, if I'm on my game playing scene and I go to BRB, when I come back, I want to go back to the game playing scene. So you could use a case for that if, whatever your previous scene was, go back to that scene, but yeah, you can. Yeah, because, the switch case is going to run whatever actions you put on it. So if you have it set OBS scene to gameplay, be right back or whatever, then yeah, it's going to run those. So yeah, you can. It's just a lot of extra work that isn't really needed when you can do it easier ways. But I'll show you, like, for example, where's my stream management? Here it is. So like I have my BRBs here, but like if we're going here from my starting screen to my just chatting scene, I run all of this shit. This is what I'd run when I go from my start soon to my just chatting, right? All of this shit runs, all of it. I could put all of these in a case statement, and then when that gets triggered, it would still run all of those and it would set my scene. So here's my set audio or set active scene to my just chatting. As long as that's in there, it's going to switch to that scene. Excuse me. But to put that in a case or a switch case statement, it's kind of, why? That would be my question. Now you could have it like my blue screen of death and my base, all our base are belong to us things are their own scenes, and we swap to them, let them run, and then swap back. I could put those in a switch case, so they'd be part of like a channel point redeem or a command where it automatically swaps to that scene if that command is triggered. But again, because the set active scene is already a sub action and can already be triggered on its own with the, channel point redeem or the command or whatever, it's just an extra step that isn't really needed. Unless you have like random, right? So like if I had 5 of those, the blue screen of death and the all your base and, whatever, and I had like 5 of them and I wanted them to be random, which one you got, depending on, if you click the channel point redeem or whatever, then yeah, we could do it that way. And it would just pick one, but yeah, switch case is it's just another form of how to run things when that action gets triggered. So just like an if statement, switch case, a random standard sub action, whatever you have in there is what's going to run. The use case for, yeah, there are a couple of cases where they are better than like an if statement or just running an action, but because that's not the only way to do it, they're not as required. It's just switch cases are a real big thing when you're coding, especially if you're doing like a lot of like forms or a lot of like inputs, like if you have like a questionnaire type of thing, switch cases, will show certain questions based on your answer, right? Like, have you ever done like a Google Doc where it's like, what platform do you stream on? And you click on Twitch, and then like 4 new questions show up. That's a switch case, right? So if you had selected YouTube, it would have been a different set of 4. And so they're real big in like back-end coding for UX and UI. And because that's what Nate does, I'm sure that's one of the reasons that he added them, you know, because now we have the ability not only to use C# code, but we can execute switch case statements in our code as well, or trigger them without having to use the C# and without having to be a coder. So they do come in handy, but they're very specific in what they're actually really good at. And for front end development, they're not as good. Or I won't say they're not as good, but they're not as required, you know. Because we're not adding functions and methods and, you know, all this other shit like we would be in back-end coding. But they're still there. They're still usable. And if you're comfortable with them, which a lot of the coders for StreamerBot are, they're going to use those over if statements because it's just more natural for them. So just, again, go with what you're comfortable with, you know. Boop, boop, boop. Also, the reason, 5, that we are in negatives now is because remember at the beginning when I had the button, the ask button connected to the wrong trigger or the wrong action, and I pressed it like 4 times trying to get it to work. That's why. But we have 1 left. Yeah, because technically they ran, but all they did, the only, I had it tied to that action, which controls that. So it took them away without actually asking a question. But that doesn't have a pause cue on it, if that makes sense. So they ran all together. Yeah. Whoops. But we fixed it. So, and it only affects that counter that you see on screen. So it's not a big deal. Could probably go change it. There. So on our final question, it should go to 0. But yeah, that's why. All right, here we go.
Gamer McCone asked, I have been using streaming since before the 1.0 release, and ever since the new release had problems creating a command. Even if I duplicate an old command and change to the new info I want on a new command, it will not work, but all old commands work. Any ideas what might be wrong?
Ooh, punctuation. Gamer McCone. Fucking love that. Gamer McCone. It's like I had a friend in high school tried to be cool. We were all listening to like Skinny Puppy and the Ramones and shit like that, and he would call the Ramones the Ram Ones. Technically, you're not wrong. It's pronounced Ramon, not Ram One. But, you know. 1 second, Fi. You've been using Streamer since before 1.0, right? Okay. Yep. Ever since the new release, had problems creating a command. Even if you duplicate an old command, change the new info, it will not work. Most likely, the reason that your new commands are not working is that you're not using the correct form of get info. So as an example, let's go back to the test. If we went to before, we had to populate our variables, we'd get the Twitch info right from user. So we go to user, get user info for target, and then there was a drop down, and it would say broadcaster user input variable, right? And we could select. And so if we selected user, it would import all of the variables, username, user ID, display name, the last game they were playing, all that shit, right? That we could use then in subsequent actions. But now there is no drop down. We have to type this in, right? And the way we do that is with a variable. So we have to do user to get the user information. We have to do percent broadcaster percent to get the broadcaster information. We have to use that. If we don't have this, or we leave it blank, or we don't use the percents, then it's not going to import anything. If you want the raw input, then you have to do the raw input. If you want it to be a variable, you have to type the variable that you want, not just variable, but the actual variable name. So that's probably why they're not triggering, because they're not filling in. Yeah, you can do raw input, input 0, input 1, whatever. But if we have it set up, nope. So here we have it, right? So Twitch add target user info. This used to just say user, right? Now we have to have it say user name. So if it doesn't, then none of this stuff is going to work correctly, because the Twitch message isn't going to have the username to put in there. If you have information on there like the redeemer cover charge that isn't correct there, then with the right name, then it'll just break and the rest of it won't run. So there's been some changes in how we actually get the information that we need, and they did that begrudgingly to make it more universal between Twitch, YouTube, Kick, now Trovo, because they all have different items, right? So it's one kind of unified system so that it's all the same no matter what you use, but it makes it a little bit more confusing at the start. Excuse me. But yeah, I would go through, look at the ones you've imported and check all of that stuff. Check the things like where the users, the variables, what's being used, run it, and then check your action history and look at the variables after run. These all here are the variable names that got populated when that trigger was run, and this is the value that they were given, right? And then so like this was the deck user, my Kick username, right? Because we did a deck button. And then if I wanted to duplicate that, I have to make sure that all of that information is the exact same and all of that. But you're not going to really know until you compare the two. So if you make your new one and test it and run, look at your action history, look at the variables after run, see what variables are there, if they're populated, and if so, what they're actually populated with. And then you can make your changes there as needed to make sure that it runs. But for the most part, like commands and stuff are the same. It's just a little bit of format. The other thing might be the command itself. One, make sure that it is enabled. And it'll tell you on this final one here whether it's enabled or not. But also, this has changed a little bit. So we have the name of it's the same. Make sure it's enabled and you include it here. Of course, you have the command itself, one line per. But your options here, you want to make sure that the ignore bot and ignore internal messages are on by default. You want to make sure that these are turned off for your command. Otherwise, they're going to get ignored because all bot commands are now read as internal messages. That's been a change since 2.7, I think, 2.6. But make sure that those are toggled off. And then your sources, make sure that they're coming in from the right areas, whether it's a Twitch message, YouTube message, Trovo, Kick, whatever you're streaming on, if it's a whisper or whatever. But you want to make sure that that is actually looking in the right spot, because if this isn't checked, it's not going to check any Twitch message. All right. And then the last thing is who can use it. Right. So right now I have this one set to nobody can use it at all. It's only me. But that's a bad example. So if we do like our fun ones here, the brother you, right? Exclamation point you, anybody can use it. Anybody. If I want only moderators to use it, I'd move it over to moderators only. But with this blank, anybody can use it as long as it says allow. Just make sure it doesn't say deny. Or else nobody except for you can use it. And again, make sure that these are turned off in your actual command, and you should be good from there. If you're still having problems with it, send us screenshots of your actions that are not working properly in the Discord, in the bot help section, and we can take a look. And there might be something that's just you did a little bit wrong, or is not in the right spot, something like that, that's easily confused. Like I said, for example, if we have this, the Twitch ad target always needs to be at the top, and for a while when you created or add stuff, it was adding everything to the bottom or adding everything to the top instead of the bottom. So this might got buried, and none of this is going to work without this, right? So we need that first. So make sure everything's in the right order in your sub action tree, that kind of stuff. So, but the actual creation of them is pretty much identical, except for that one change here with the login. Don't get confused by user login. You don't need the name.
Riveting.
Hi, Scrolls. It goes good. Yeah, we've had 11 questions today, so doing good. How are you, my man? Another thing, if you want a shortcut, is download 2.8 again on its own. Do a backup from your backup of the old 2.8, and then you can make new commands and shit in there and export them and then import them into 1.1 or 1.0.1, because it will accept older imports all the way back to 2.4, I believe. 1.1 or 1.0 can accept an import string from 2.4, I believe. Finding a little stuff to fix. Oh, I know, I hate that. Man, I did one the other day. Well, not the other day, it's been a couple months. But I sat there and I was recording, so everything was going well. I was like, all right, cool. I did the entire fucking video in like one shot. I was amazed. I was like, fuck yeah, it's the first time I've ever not had to like start over or stop and give myself editing pause time and then go back like 5 minutes and redo parts of it. It was all one take. It was so smooth. I was like, fuck yeah. And I go and I import the file into Movie Studio, and it was black. There was no video because I forgot to put an encoder on it. And I was like, so I had all the audio. I had no video. And I was so fucking mad, dude. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, I'm never going to be that perfect again. It sucked. Yeah, I've been there. Didn't even hit record. Oh my God, dude, I have done that. Or I did one time. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do a fucking tutorial today. And I was trying to get my audio right. And so I always do like a recording and I'll be like, okay, test, test, test. This is me talking. This is me excited. Hi, welcome. Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about blah, 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 blah. And then I'll stop the recording and I'll listen to it and make sure that I sound okay. Is my microphone in the right spot? Am I talking loud enough? Are my filters working? You know, all of that kind of shit, right? And there was one video I did, and I can't remember what the topic was, but I ended up, my mic was all fucked up. And so I had to do like 5 or 6 different recordings before I finally got everything to sound right. And I was like, finally, okay, cool. So everything sounds right. I deleted all those little test videos, you know. I was like, all right, here we go. And I fucking hit record and I'm going and I'm like, good morning, YouTube. I'm Bearded Ink and I'm hitting all my buttons and showing all the stuff. And today we're going to talk about da 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 da. Let's get into it. And I hit the button to go to the next scene and and then all of a sudden my chat starts blowing up. And I'm like, who the fuck is this chatting? And then I realized I hit start streaming instead of start recording. So I was fucking live on Twitch trying to do a fucking tutorial. I was like, well, fuck. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a thing that can happen too. That was fun times. I think Lou was the first one. I was like, why is fucking Lou's alert going off? And then I look over and she's just sitting there in chat like, hey, what are we talking about today? And I'm like, and I look up and it's like, stop streaming. And I'm like, ah, fuck. That's not cool. Oh yeah, I just kept going. I mean, I didn't do the video, but we started bullshitting. I think I turned on a game. We played a game for a while. Yeah, I was like, what the actual fuck, dude? How fucking embarrassing, you know? Because I have had people like notice, like, you know, because like if you go to my Twitch page, even if I'm not live, but if I have like OBS open, it'll show me as the broadcaster in the online list, right? Because I'm connected. And I have had people like before I'm ever even live, will chat in my chat like, hurry up and go live. Dave does it a lot. Click go live, you know. And so like their alerts and shit will all go off even though I'm not live. And I was like, is that what's happening? Like, did Lou see that I was, you know, I had shit connected and was just chatting? No, I was actually fucking live. Had been for like 22 minutes. And I'm just like, and then I look at my online list. I had like 12 fucking viewers. And I was like, nobody fucking said anything. They're like, everybody was like, oh, we were learning along with you. And I was like, fuck's sake. Oh, I was so fucking embarrassed, dude. I was like, yeah, I'm a pro streamer. It was bad. It was fucking bad. Welcome in, Rye. I see you in there. People just get like, yeah, I don't have that voice. You and Evie have those voices. I do not. I am definitely more comfortable with my voice now than I like ever have been, but no, I am not the voice that people put on to go to sleep with or to just enjoy. That's not me. And that's okay. I'm okay with that, you know. Yeah, I think we all do though. Another streamer watched the start of the stream with a chipmunk voice. Oh yeah, they have like voice mod and stuff like that turned on. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious, dude. My common one is like I'm muted, and I'm just like, and it's like nobody says you're muted for like 10 fucking minutes. I'm like, you just watching me fucking pantomime this bullshit? Like, are you laughing so hard that you can't type you're muted? Like, come on, dude. You have to wait 10 minutes before you tell me? Like, this is a minute one thing, you fucking assholes. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. You have a very simple C# for bad words. It works, but you don't see how it's working. As long as it's working, dude. As long as it's working, that's what matters. I assume you got one of the extensions that somebody wrote. Yeah. It's fine. I mean, unless there's like editing or changes you want to make to it, fucking leave it alone. That's why you want yeah. Yeah, I can see that. If you look at it, you're like, how? Probably regular expressions. They're probably using regex. Stands for regular expressions. So basically like a find and replace. But yeah, if you're not a coder or you don't know that coding language that it was written in, then it's probably going to be like, what the fuck is going on? A lot of simple little things. I found that out building the Disrupticast. Like I have one line of code and it does like 40 different things. And I'm just like, okay. Cool. Unless you forget the comma at the end and then nothing fucking works and you're spending 3 hours going through 8,367 lines of code trying to figure out why your shit's not working only to realize that you forgot a comma. I fucking hate that so much, dude. Fucking hate that. Or I'll hit quote mark instead of comma, like I'll do shift for whatever fucking reason because I'm an idiot. And then I'm just like, why the fuck? Everything's there. Yeah, it looks fucking great. Perfect. And then I'm like, oh, wait. Why is that a quote marker? Why is the next line red? You know, yeah. Hell yeah, dude. That's really fast, too. That's really fast to notice those changes. So that's good. Keep it up. Yeah. See that? Yeah. Twitch. YouTube now has shit to actually push. Yeah. Well done, man. I'm glad we could get that sorted. I expect 10% of your revenue going forward from now on, though, because of me. You can just Cash App it to me every month. Yeah, they said they were going to do that. I'll take it. I'll take a high five. Yeah, YouTube said they were going to concentrate more on smaller channels and brand new channels for like the first like 6 months of their existence. A fresh out of the box high five, dude. All right. Sold. I mean, it's not money, but whatever. Do I look like Dopender? Is that or Dopender? No, Dopender was he the one in Heroes? Or was that the cabbie's name?
Hey, listen.
Drugs? You'll buy the pizza and coffee? Fuck yeah. That's a deal. That's a deal. Oh. You do need to come visit again, or I need to come visit you or something. It's been too long. So Dope Ender, what? Okay. What was the fucking, what was the guy's name in Heroes? I fucking love that actor too, but what was his character name? The Indian doctor. Fuck. God, I loved Heroes too. That was such a great show. God, that was so good. And Hayden Panettiere's fucking hot as shit, dude. I still have dreams about her from time to time. Yeah, well, most shows that run that long back in that era did. Oh, I know, dude. And then when she was on that other show about the fucking, like, Nashville or whatever it was called, and all of her fucking cowgirl get up, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Lost a lot of babies to that girl. That's what I'm saying. Fucking hell. Or, yeah, drool. We'll call it drool. Yeah. All right. No more questions. I'm going to go. We're going to raid, so stick with me. Don't leave me just yet. But I need to get back. I need to fix some coding errors in the disrupted cast, and I still need to eat for today. I haven't eaten yet. And I got a lot of other stuff to do. There still is a very, very small chance that I will go live on Twitch again tonight and do some more speed run stuff, because I had a lot of fun doing it yesterday, and it's kind of been like an addiction the last week. But don't plan on it. So if you have plans for tonight or whatever, don't wait on me. It's not going to be announced. I'll just be live. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and end the YouTube thing. Bye, YouTube.